As far as the reliability of the Bible is concerned, someone might ask, how do we know what we have is what was originally written? Well, the manuscript evidence of the Bible, the number of manuscripts and the time between the manuscripts and the originals, in all those areas, the Bible stands alone. It has many more manuscripts than the next best classical ancient author, and the time gap is much shorter. In other words, if we don't have accurate copies of the Bible, then we don't have accurate copies of any ancient historical document, and so we should just give up doing ancient history altogether. But nobody has. They depend and they trust documents that have much less support by an astronomical amount than the Bible itself. So if we can't trust the Bible, we can't trust any ancient document. We have, for all practical purposes, the original. Now, how do we test the Bible's history? We might say, well, I've got accurate copies, but how do I know the history is accurate? Well, wherever the Bible can be tested archaeologically, it passes with flying colors. In fact, there are thousands of archaeological discoveries that support minute details in the Bible. For example, King David was once thought to be a legend. Then they found the Tel Dan Stela, which has the inscription, the House of David, on it. It also mentions 2 other kings in the Bible. In fact, archaeology proves the biblical history to be accurate. And here's the thing. If there's areas where you can test the Bible and it turns out to be true, then how much more you can have confidence that the areas that you don't get to test the Bible, and maybe more of the theological, spiritual areas that can only be known by revelation, you have more confidence that those are also true. So archaeology is one way of testing it, and I have a whole chapter on the Old and New Testament archaeology. Another important subject is the resurrection of Christ. Did you know that the facts for the resurrection of Christ are so strong that you don't even need to depend on the reliability of the Bible to prove them? There's facts that have to be explained whether or not the Bible is an accurate history. If you just use it as an ancient historical document alone, you can show that the resurrection is well supported as any fact of history. And so, very important, because Jesus authenticates the Bible. He talks about the Bible as authoritative, and he has proven who he claims to be by his resurrection. And I have a whole chapter on that, and also refuting some of the common myths about the resurrection, such as the Jesus tomb or the Jesus papers, or some of those theories that can be shown to be very flawed. Now, how do you prove that the Bible is the inspired Word of God? That's another question.